how on earth did Liverpool manage to win this game? I mean, this was a crazy ass game, a 5 goal thriller at the end of the day. But then it was looking like Liverpool were going to settle for a draw after Will Osula had equalized for Newcastle, later on. But 10 additional minutes were actually added to the game, and Newcastle for sure will feel cheated. They will feel hard done by, to be honest. And I feel like not that much time should have been given. And 10 man Newcastle tried their best to equalize, but then the 16-year-old prodigiously talented teenager Rio Ngoma came off the bench to hand a dagger blow to Newcastle and score a late third for Liverpool. So at the end of the day, Liverpool 3, Newcastle 2. It was a Premier League classic, at Newcastle tonight. And yeah, the game was centered around the Alexander Isak situation, of course. This guy who was supposed to be sold to Liverpool or wants to go to Liverpool, but Newcastle refused to sell him. And it was looking like Newcastle actually played with some emotions, to be honest. And instead of actually doing well to go out and get their game plan executed. And they had a man sent off as Anthony Gordon was sent off for a rash challenge on Virgil van Dijk earlier on. And Liverpool, who scored the first goal in the first half through Ryan Gravenberch, this guy who was nominated among the PFA Team of the Year, and he scored his first goal of the season for Gravenberch, going into the break. And in the second half, late on, Ugo Ekitike, this guy continues to do well, justifying his fresh start. His second goal for Liverpool in his second game, and it was looking like Liverpool were going to get his victory. But then Bruno Guimaraes put one back for Newcastle United before Will Osula, the standing, debutee for Isak, the 22-year-old striker, actually scored, for Newcastle. And it was looking like it was going to end 2-2, but the game was added 10 minutes at the end of the day, which I feel like was too much. And Newcastle fans for sure will feel hard done by. And Ngoma, this 16-year-old talent, came off the bench to coolly finish, and give Liverpool a 3-2 victory at the end of the day. So it's back-to-back victories for defending champions Liverpool. They have 6 points now, and they are level on points with Arsenal, who they play on Sunday, Super Sunday, coming up. A blockbuster, box office, Arsenal Liverpool. It's going to be another massive game, and going into that game, both teams have 2 wins each now. Promises to be a game you don't want to miss. But Liverpool did well to get his victory over 10 man Newcastle United. And yeah, Alexander Isak was let out for Newcastle, didn't feature. And the guy who was brought in his place, Osula, 22-year-old, actually scored, and it was looking like he had got the precious points for 10 man Newcastle. But then 10 minutes at a time, and in the very dying stages of that, Rio Ngoma came off the bench to score a third, and add, a very, very hard blow to take for Newcastle fans. But then